Hey, we're live.
Hey! Hi, guys.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, we sorted it. It's all good.
Is fun. I love Streamlabs. It's my favorite program ever. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Sponsored by Streamlabs.
It is not, in fact, sponsored by Streamlabs. They can do things.
No. They can continue providing the service that we need them to provide.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No. We're not bootlicking Streamlabs right now. They need to get their shit together.
Or that.
Join their Discord and tell them.
The Discord that won't function properly either.
Oh, no.
All right, I'm gonna stop talking crap with people. I promise. Welcome to Star Trek. God damn it! Welcome to Star Trek Perseverance. I am Zach. I am the game master. I am surrounded by 4 lovely people who I have come to call friends and acquaintances. Hopefully more so than acquaintances, friends and whatnot. Directly above me, we have the awesome Nalawu.
Hello.
To my, I will always screw this up. To my this way. Is it?
I think that's right.
No, it's still this way. I just gotta point to the people as they are on the screen. Over this way, it's Blythe Kayla.
Hi. Hello.
I like your rainbow sleeves.
Oh, it's a pride sweat. Out and proud.
Oh, even better. Even better.
Over this way, we have Mary and Toro.
Hi.
And over that way, we have DM Sarah.
Hello.
Hello.
No,
Ooh,
absolutely not.
Ooh, woo.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, we got
That was a
Can't
choir.
say it 'cause everyone will say it.
That was a choir of ooh woo.
That's awesome.
Welcome to the Star Trek Perseverance ooh wooian choir.
No.
Congratulations, this is the musical episode.
Quarantine is doing some things.
Oh, sure is.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, we're just all losing it. It's fine.
That's also fair. All right. So,
Hey, GM, who are we sponsored by?
well, I was getting to that, but thank you for that,
Oh, really?
that wonderful that intersection.
Excellent segue. Good segue.
So
Good
good segue.
Star Trek Perseverance is brought to you by Adam and Eve. Check out their stores. We have a discount code. Use Perseverance for 15% off your next sexy purchase. We are also sponsored by. Hey, it is what it is. We're also sponsored by Star Trek Fleet Command Mobile, which is a fun little mobile game. I like games that let me collect things, and I like Starfleet and Star Trek. So this game is pretty awesome.
No way.
I've been playing it as my little tchotchke burner game for the last while since I can't play Pokemon Go right now.
Aw.
And I've been having an absolute blast. Actually, it's a lot of stupid fun, and more games on the phone need to just be stupid fun. One major announcement: we have lost Bebo, unfortunately, due to circumstances. So F's in the chat for Bebo. She will be staying on as our graphic design artist, and just generally just hanging around and rooting for us. But we'll actually be looking to replace Bebo at some point here in the near future. So if you would like to be a cast member on Star Trek Perseverance, feel free to send your streaming resume over to the email posted on, I believe, our Twitter.
Isn't it fcrdproductions@gmail?
No.
No, never mind.
It's
Bleep that out.
But I appreciate your enthusiasm. It's
fcrd18@gmail. Put it in the chat.
Ah.
Come be here and be queer with us.
Yeah.
Sorry for the baby noise.
We are queers in space. If you are queer, please apply.
Oh god,
Yes.
I can't handle this today. What is going on?
Yeah.
No more baby noises, I promise.
It was
Yeah.
that.
There's-
It was Blythe. There's a lot going on. All over.
We're just breaking Coach Jack over here.
Yeah, Zach.
Honestly, I wish my pen thing had happened on stream because it wasn't very funny, but Zach died.
It was just a comment. It was a thing. It was just. Oh, and my pen's gone. Slow turn back to camera and just stare. And I was like, okay, this is hilarious.
Yeah, it's that kind of a week for us, I think.
Who would like to do our Captain's Log supplemental for tonight?
Did we decide?
I don't know. Did you decide?
I mean,
We went over what happened, but we didn't decide who would be saying things.
I nominate either the captain or the first officer.
All right, I'll do it. Okay, so Captain's Log from last episode is so we started out at this tower where we had been investigating Tetrion radiation bursts from this planet. We spent some time creating a communication device so that we could translate these bugs' language. They're rhino beetles, but with tentacle mouths. I'm actually very surprised that none of us made a tentacle joke on the stream last week.
I feel like we did.
I don't remember one. I would have
I
written
don't
it
know
down.
if we did.
Yeah, I don't think we
It may
made a
have been
tentacle
after. You know what?
joke.
It may have been shop talk afterwards.
Perhaps.
Mm.
But then we learned that the bugs create the Tetron radiation and use it to communicate. We ended up freeing one of them, and they all flew off into space together. Then we transported over to the shield to investigate that. We talked to one of these bugs, and they said, "We are the swarm," which we were all like, "What the hell?" Yeah. Then we learned that they're all here to just have a lot of sex, sponsored by Adam and Eve. And we learned that the bugs lay their eggs in the mountains, and we warned them that since we were able to pick up on their communication using our scanners, that whoever might be trapping them would also be doing that. And so they all start flying away, and we got to ride on the back of one of these rhinos. My character was really excited about that. Others were not. And we learned that the other humanoids are part of this thing called the Cavian Expeditionary Force. And they're not super friendly. And we ended up having an encounter with Captain Sharama Kaladik for
Sharama
Cavian. Yep. What he said. And she was like, "Leave," and we were like, "No." The bugs, some of the bugs, as they swarmed up and away from the planet, some of them attached to our ship, they began huffing our ship exhaust as food. And then we got word that the Cavian vessel was going to blast the bugs. We went to red alert, and that is where we ended. Yeet mesquite with doodle.
Let's see if
Yep.
this is not-
Those are
Yes.
words.
Also, we have 4 momentum. Just
Excellent.
that's bad to know.
We're starting with 4 momentum.
You have
Yeah.
generated
Yes.
4 momentum, yes.
Nice.
Alright, so write that down.
Alright, we'll see if this
Take
is
a lot.
annoying.
Oh god!
Is
I
that
heard
loud?
There's the
Yeah.
alarm.
Everybody, quick, run, throw yourselves around. Like you're being thrown
Battle
around.
stations.
We need to
I
all
don't-
get like those the green screens, and then we are all on like a roller coaster together, and then we all like
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can't with y'all tonight.
Anyway.
No way. Enjoyment.
We're all super professional and focused. I don't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
The bugs have.
All I have in my head is William Shatner overacting being thrown around in a ship every time.
Yeah.
His girdle holding everything in. Like,
Oh, but really, it's not. That girl is a
Try.
real MVP of that show.
He tried so hard.
Okay.
It got so far.
okay, so.
So, the bugs have disengaged from both of our ships, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have. They're just kind of like. They're floating off in this swarm off in the distance. With the majority of the remainder of the swarm. And you are seeing this basically Pink Floyd concert over in that direction. So if you could imagine, you've got Perseverance, you've got the caving vessel, and then off in this third distance is the swarm of bugs having a laser light rock show.
So we need to get them to not attack us, probably, right?
Mhm.
Is
I would
it
support that?
is it 100% clear that they are going to shoot at us, or were they trying to shoot the bugs off their ship?
Yeah, you would know.
Were they trying?
Yeah, they were charging weapons, and you could see that they were. It looked like they were attempting to bring up shields, but they're having issues doing it.
Interesting.
Huh.
So,
We should
They
try
might-
healing.
okay.
What'd you say?
I was thinking, what if the bugs are clogging up their systems?
Well, they left, so because we told them they were going to get attacked if they didn't.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we probably just need to sit. Like, what's probably happening is they don't have enough power because they use Tetrion radiation to power everything. They probably weren't able to harvest enough. So we should probably just tell them again and be like, "Hey, don't attack. We could probably find a peace. Like, we
Yeah.
can talk to
Peaceful
bugs."
arrangement. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. Moore is going to turn to whoever's in charge of the hailing frequencies and ask them to hail the ship again, because I know they ignored us last time. But
Lieutenant Bomora puts you, opens comms with them, and puts you on screen.
are they answering?
They have answered, because they are also aware that their shields are not functioning properly. So,
what was her name? Kalodic? I'm saying it wrong.
yeah,
It is Kalodic. Okay.
Captain Kalodic. So Captain Kalodic comes on the screen and says, you can see she's very flustered and like a little red-faced and kind of embarrassed. And she's just like, what do you want?
We would like to come to a peaceful agreement here. I don't want to resort to violence, and I think that is in your best interests as well. I believe we can come to a peaceful diplomatic agreement here.
Well, unless your diplomatic agreement, I lost the word for it, includes a power supply for our planet, no negotiations will be taking place.
Is there like another source of Tetrion radiation that I know of that we could negotiate with that doesn't include basically taking advantage of living creatures?
Yeah.
If you would like to, you could make me a computer or a sensors science check.
For the ship?
Yes,
Or for me?
for the ship, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sensors science, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what's the difficulty of this?
Call it 2.
Cool. We have a pretty good. We have a sensors science of 15, so
Ooh.
that is encouraging. We are good at these things.
Sensors?
8 and a 12, so that's 2 successes.
Yeah.
So You scan like kind of immediate surroundings, and you find that the swarm is obviously throwing off Tetrion radiation. But there are, excuse me, really, really large readings coming from like the cavern that you guys explored.
Oh, for those crystals, weren't they gathered around like crystal things?
They were, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. This is me, the player, remembering.
This is Zach the DM reminding you.
In game, we're all over consoles typing furiously, and Captain, there appears to be a Tetrion radiation source in the cave.
Oh yeah, definitely. Super serious. I'm so out of it today.
That's fine.
So, I would like to sort of, I guess, call back to the captain and say, well, when we were down on the planet, we discovered in one of the caverns where the bugs were hanging out, that there were a lot of...
Just having a good time, man.
Yeah. There were lots of crystals that also were emanating the same power source. And I'm sure that the swarm would be willing to let you harvest from those instead if you promise to leave them alone.
You see the captain kind of she's stroking her she's stroking her chin, not her beard. You know what? It's 2020. She's stroking her beard.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's way beyond that in this timeline.
Yeah. All right, smartass.
It's 2385. She has a beard.
Yeah.
It's a very fine, delicate beard. It's like soft down.
Aw, like a cloud.
It's very much like a cloud, like a microfiber pillow. But as she strokes her beard, she considers that, and then she looks back to like her sensor operator and is just like, "All right, confirm that." And the sensor does, and he says, "Good Lord, Lord, whatever, I don't know, space god, dear space god."
Do they worship Jesus, Zach?
Yes, Jay. Yes, they do.
Is it Space Jesus or
it is indeed Space Jesus. He's a space carpenter. He makes things out of space trees.
And his space apostles.
And his space apostles.
Come on.
That joke is straight out of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and I love every second of that. This is fucking Space Australia.
No, I was gonna try and blend the word space and apostles. Space.
I was trying it too. I couldn't find it.
It's apostles. Space apostles.
It's apostles.
Yeah, apostles.
Yeah. All right. So,
anyways,
they confirm that, and then the sensor operator is like, "Captain, there's enough Tetrion radiation down there stored and gathered to run our entire planet for decades."
Mm-hmm.
And you see the captain literally turn around, march over to that console, stare at it, her jaw drops, and then she looks back up to you and goes, "These terms will be acceptable."
And then I will reply with, "Okay, so why don't we all lower our weapons and we can be on our way, but we will need to I'm going to also go over to let the swarm know that you will no longer be exploiting them, and I will see if they are also okay with your presence, your continued presence on the planet, with the agreement that you will no longer be hurting them."
Those terms are acceptable.
Captain, if I make a suggestion.
Yes.
Sharing our communications ability with the swarm, with our acquaintances, might significantly aid negotiations if there should be conflicts in the future.
And then I will... Oh, yes, Byron?
Oh, I agree.
Oh, thank you, Byron. I will turn back to the main viewer and I will say, in addition, we are happy to share our technology that we have, that we use to communicate with them so that you may talk to them as well.
She nods and says, that would be lovely. Thank you. I appreciate your help, Captain.
No problem. And we'll close the tailing frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to shoot out some Tetrion, whatever, to the bugs and just sort of let them know that the Kavian Expeditionary Force has agreed to cease all trapping and exploitation of their species. And in return, they would like to continue to harvest their energy from the crystals and also I'll let them know that we're giving them the technology so that they can converse themselves as well.
This is appreciated.
I forgot that that's the voice.
I love the swarm.
Then I will say, all right, you should be hearing from them very soon, and I hope all of you are doing.
Have a nice day.
I hope you all have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This pleases us.
Then I will hail the Kavian vessel again, and I'll just say, the swarm has agreed to these terms. Let us lay down our hostilities for the time being.
Yeah, they power down their weapons.
And then we will go off red alert back to green.
Yeah, it's just normal.
Green, yellow.
You just say
red.
it's like stand down red alert.
Okay, I say that.
There's a yellow alert, which is like
warning, right? It's like be ready.
Red alert
Yeah.
is like stuff's going down, and then there's a black alert for Star Trek Discovery that's only relevant to that.
Oh,
I'm guessing that's like bad.
No, not bad per se. It's spoilery, so I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. You should watch Star Trek Discovery. Discovery is really good. It's good TV.
Okay.
Well then, Captain, should we continue to our destination?
Of course. Set the course for insert coordinates.
Opteran 4.
Opteran 4, please.
Opteran 4, the research station there is where you were going.
Yes.
And Ensign Lars is like, you got it, Captain. And then beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Off you go.
Button pressing.
Button pressing. Boop, 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 beep.
Everything looks like candy.
Yes.
Sorry, the buttons always look like candy. I really like it shiny.
Okay, you know what? I'll buy that.
Captain Moore takes a deep breath and just kind of to calm myself, and then I'm going to say I will be in the ready room if anyone needs me. Byron, do let me know once we get there. I'm going to rest a little bit.
Okay, Magier, I will do that. You have done a great job today.
Thank you, as has everyone else here. And
thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll hop down from the captain chair and I will. What?
Just
insert short joke.
Yeah.
Here, wait. I think this chair goes down. Yes, it does. Okay, so.
Oh my god.
There we go. Even better. I will get down off my chair and I will go to the ready room where it's nice and dark, and Moore will remove their glasses and sit down at their desk and probably maybe go to sleep.
Today was a rough day. Excuse me. Okay, so you guys go about your normal duties. The rest of the trip takes a few days to get over there.
Byron has to readjust the captain's chair while Moore is napping.
Kaya definitely orders something from the bridge replicator before going back to the med bay. Just tastes better.
Mm-hmm. Kaya's valid.
She does it very discreetly, but I'm sure Byron notices at least.
Sneaks over.
Byron is just like, kind of looks at it and just thinks, human behavior is odd, as there is one in the med bay. And just like takes mental note of like not really understanding why you wouldn't just order one.
Would Byron go ask them?
Byron walks up to Kaya and is like, I am curious. I love the joke.
Jesus, put a bell on you.
She's really tall too. She's really tall.
Yeah, I imagine there's just this tall golden android looming next to me. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh.
I am trying to get a better understanding of humanoid behavior. Why would you order from this replicator and not the one closer to the med bay?
Gives a small shrug and then it tastes better.
As has been established, though you were not there for that, I do not have taste buds, so I guess this irrelevant to me. Huh. I'm just kind of like, that is fascinating. I will take note of this, that humans do this. Like,
Well, I have you, Lieutenant Commander. I was hoping I could ask you something.
yes?
Well, it's... As Chief Medical Officer, my duties involve taking care of the physical health of all of the crew members. You are a bit of a special case. I was hoping to, at some point, discuss what your needs are and where I might be sharing my role with others.
I can definitely inform you of that at some point if you would like. Perhaps when the captain is back on the bridge. But
Excellent.
for the most part, I self-repair. I don't need to bother anybody else with that kind of thing. I know myself quite well. But just for your information, in case I am incapacitated, I will gladly inform you. You may need an engineer's help.
Thank you. I may.
Byron actually needs an oil change every 2 to 4 months.
I appreciate your time, Lieutenant Commander.
Anything for my chief medical officer. It is an honor to serve with you.
Oh. Thank you. And she just bolts out.
She's gone.
This is uncomfortable. I am leaving now.
Mariah actually just stayed in the background, legitimately writing notes on the entire event. Like, no one's gonna believe this. Like, no one's gonna believe this.
Mariah's like, oh god, they do need me.
Let me just put this here. Awkward interactions. Oh, really interesting. Okay.
There's gonna be a lot of counseling on this ship, as one was saying.
I know. I figured, might as well take note just in case someone brings it up later. Like, you know what? I was witness. I witnessed it. I didn't want to intervene. Let the natural interaction occur.
You're like, do not interfere. This is a prime directive. You cannot
interfere.
Prime directive of relationships.
Like, no, go on. What else happened? Oh my god! Like,
you don't say.
Oh man.
Really?
How did that make you feel?
I want to add at some point that during our journey over, I'd like to come back out because I assume there's not a second replicator in the ready room, right?
I actually don't know whether or not you would have one in there. I can't imagine why you wouldn't, per se.
Okay, so then I don't come out, but I
Put a
enjoy
replicator wherever
some...
the hell you want. I don't care.
Cool. Then there's a replicator in the ready room, so no one will judge me for my love of applesauce and sorry, not applesauce, apple juice.
I was gonna say
Apple juice.
apple juice.
Apple
Oh my
juice. And well, I mean, I think more would like applesauce too. I think more apples.
just an apple person, yeah.
You get it, Adam and Eve? Haha, jokes. Anyway,
Where's the Shinigami?
I'm gonna have some apple juice and enjoy apple juice.
With ice, obviously, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I liked it with ice. I think I've had it with ice and without ice. And I just like the extra coldness that the ice adds to it.
Yeah, perfectly valid.
So, perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
You are being shamed.
Oh, is the chat mad at me?
No, I'm deliberately picking on chat right now.
Oh. Replicate the replicators. Would you go up to a replicator and ask it to make another one?
What would happen?
The universe implodes. You're dividing by
Is
0.
the replicator only for food, or can you make like objects with it?
The replicators you can use to make just about anything.
Oh.
They
It's
usually,
it's like matter conversion.
yeah, because they're usually used for food, but they will supply, like, if you ask for a cup of something, it will give you the cup.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they can be used to create parts and
They make
such.
That'd be
uniforms and
funny
stuff too.
if they didn't give you the cup and you just had to like, it just gave you liquid. It just gave you the liquid.
Like, huh?
It's like drinking straight from a tap. That's what it is. All three of you did that at the same time. And I would just like to remind everybody that we are sponsored by Adam and Eve.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just put it in your mouth.
All on green screens right now, or bad things would happen.
Anyways.
I love this job so much. Love it. This is so dumb. Okay. God, we broke Jay.
Back on. See me cry.
It took 40 minutes, but we broke him. We broke Jay.
Oh,
All right.
Oh my god.
Okay. Did anyone else wanted to wander around and speak to anyone? While things are
Byron
happening?
is mostly handling the bridge and just kind of basically maintaining things while Mora's gone.
Okay.
I'll walk around. Okay.
I
I'm keeping my notes on me though. Just
Okay.
letting. So Mariah gets up from her chair. She's like, "Oh, and that awkward interaction ended. So now she's leaving the bridge." So here's the thing. I'm assuming it's still a fairly big ship.
It is fairly big. It's a, I believe, scale 4 vessel. So it's not quite as big as the one that you were staring at, like staring down the barrel of a second ago. But it's still pretty big.
Okay. It's like left or right.
Well, you can just
Yeah.
tell me like what sections you'd like to go to. So there's like med bay, which is where Kaya is. There's engineering, which is where Lieutenant Parrish hangs out, because that's kind of his job. There's the holodeck for running holographic simulations and whatnot. So if you wanted to be an anime girl inside an anime world, that's where you would do that.
Don't push it though, because I might.
Look, I ain't trying to get sued by nobody. You can't be Naruto. You can't be king of the pirates.
Excuse you. I would be Usagi. My God, like, come on.
I don't know what that is.
Tsukino Usagi from Sailor Moon.
Oh, okay. See, I grew up with the American version, so.
Don't you dare say that name.
What?
I don't know anything about this.
I just know this is the most hostility that Marion's ever shown. So.
She'll get
Marion is
screwed over
usually a
anime.
cinnamon roll, and this is getting lot more cinnamon than roll.
Well, Sailor Moon just happens to be my utmost favorite anime. So. I'd show you my socks. I have Sailor Moon socks on.
Right now?
I get it.
Why not? You're not showing my feet, but yeah. It's like,
Do
Just
you
Sailor
want to
Venus.
see feet? Put
Wanna
in
see
the
feet?
chat.
No.
Like that.
Don't do
no,
that.
we're
No,
not doing
no.
that.
We could.
No. How about this? I will leave Kaya to her. I think she needs some personal time after everything. I'm gonna
After
go
having
have
to speak with people.
I'll go.
You forced yourself to speak with people. Like, you can't get.
Then they were nice to me.
Yeah, I heard. Whoa, is everything
Siren?
okay? I was like, what the hell?
That's not me.
It's not me.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it might be me. I apologize. I do live next to a fire station.
I was just saying, I got a
Don't scare
thunderstorm
me.
outside right now. So if stuff goes
I'm gonna
out,
bother.
I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm. So just a heads up.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bother Parrish because we gotta bother somebody. So Majie's sleeping.
Well, you don't know that I'm sleeping.
Oh well. Okay, you're in your personal quarters.
Educated guess, you sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's true. That's true.
drinking apple juice in your
Yeah.
mouth, whatever.
That apple juice is too.
I have an IV drip of apple juice.
Oh no. That raises some very interesting questions about Morse physiology.
I have. Yeah, there's the questions.
I am made of apple juice. You don't know. You'd have to cut me open.
Oh my god, it's a baby made of apple juice. I need this. Yes, I said it. I thought it the entire time when you said applesauce, and I just thought, oh my god, it's not a Gerber baby, it's Magie.
Oh my god.
Ah, Baby Yoda.
No, that's...
I still love.
Friend.
I want it so much. I just want to hold it. Okay, so let me
So-
go.
Okay, so you enter engineering, and
Yes.
you're just kind of walking around.
Being nosy.
And,
What's
yeah,
up?
just being nosy. And, I mean, yeah, you're right. And then Lieutenant Parrish comes up to you and says, "Lieutenant Wilson, what can I do for you?"
Well, you know what, Lieutenant Parrish, I'm just wondering about, and I need to learn a little bit more about each crew member. So, hey, what's going on down here in engineering?
Not a whole lot, LT. We're just making some minor maintenance modifications, trying to squeeze every last ounce of performance out of this baby. And he goes to slap the warp core and is like, maybe not.
Oh no.
Like,
This
like,
baby can fit so many warps in her. Bam! And then his arm is vaporized.
ugh. Yeah, definitely don't want that to happen. Wow, well, that's really interesting. So, just coming back from an alien planet, that was...
I know, I was there too.
Oh, no, yeah, you were. I'm so sorry. So much happened. So much happened, especially with flying with a giant beetle that glows. It was
How
insane.
was that? I heard about that. That sounded super cool.
Oh my god, yo. So I was on the back too, and Kyle was on the other side, and it was just like it's carrying Magie, and then Blythe was there. It was really awesome. You really had to be there to believe it. But yeah, I'm actually going to eventually, send a video down to my family and let them know I'm enjoying outer space because Earth seems so boring. This is really cool. So yeah, just kind of standing out.
That's adorable.
I'm being my normal self,
Okay.
But of course, on a more professional level, if you should seek any counseling or would like to divulge any information, which of course would be kept between you and I, you're more than welcome to come down and schedule an appointment with me.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thanks, LT.
You're welcome. All right. Like I said, I won't bother you. I'll just kind of be in the
LT, you
background.
can bother me anytime you want to. And he gives you a little bit of wink.
Aww.
Oh, but I appreciate it.
Wink.
Is that Byron learning how to wink? That's literal horror. That's abject terror.
What, like, I think if Byron was gonna wink, it would be just the eye closing with no other facial muscles moving.
Oh, ooh, that's spooky. I don't like it. I don't like it.
But
I like it. I like it because it's spooky.
like, now I want it.
Poor Byron.
I love Byron.
Byron's awesome.
Byron is also currently in charge of Lars, and just Lars is probably not thrilled.
Lars is just kind of like
Poor Lars.
there's not much for him to do right now, so he's just trying to make sure that the ship doesn't like fly into a black hole by accident.
Good job,
Yes,
Lars.
And
Thanks, Lars.
But
he's
Android.
Damn it,
not, he's
Lars.
not like pointedly ignoring you, but he's kind of ignoring you.
Byron is standing there, like, because Byron didn't want to mess up the chair, so Byron is standing on the bridge, like, pretty
God.
close to Lars, just like watching things happen. And
Wait,
then,
what do
like,
you mean? Wait,
occasionally-
hang on. What do you mean you don't want to mess up the chairs? You
Because
have
the
a
chair is set to Lars' height.
Yeah, but you have a chair.
Yeah, you
Wait,
have your own chair.
So gets a chair on the later ships.
Yeah, Exo gets a chair.
Exo doesn't have a chair on the original ships.
He has a chair in the Next Generation.
Yeah, next
Jonathan
generation.
Frakes wasn't standing around doing just standing up. His back was killing him. That man was trying. That man was constantly trying to sit down.
So yeah, Byron is just kind of sitting there, like checking her little data pad, and like logging all the things she learned about because she also got a specimen from one of the creatures.
Oh right, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Logging details and taking notes on it.
As you're doing that, Lars just kind of like starts looking around and looks at you back with seeing you just like kind of slightly gooey chitinous material, and he's just like, that probably shouldn't be up here, Lieutenant Commander.
I am the chief science officer on this ship. I think I understand how to maintain a specimen, but thank you for your concern, Lars.
Told!
She told Lars to mind your business. Stay in your lane and mind your business.
That's right. Get the fuck on out of here, Lars.
Yeah, rest in pieces, I guess.
Pepperonis.
Immediate- Lars, shouldn't you be keeping your eye on the coordinates and where we are going?
I mean, yeah, but I mean they haven't changed since last time I looked at them.
They have not changed, but there could be imminent threats on our way. That is your job.
You see his head like audibly cocked to the side, and he's just. He blinks a few times and then turns around. Sorry, what did you say, Blythe?
Byron is just like immediately goes back to studying the specimen and like has it in a jar and is like just logging what it looks like right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's not doing any she'll do further experiments after everybody's asleep probably. Because she doesn't sleep.
When no one can stop her.
Her bedroom is just a lab.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so Lars just kind of turns around and goes back to staring at his computer consoles and not making eye contact with you anymore.
Didn't mean for Byron to be so mean to Lars, but apparently Byron does not have time for Lars's shit.
To be fair, no one should have time for Lars' shit.
I'm like, this is all completely valid. Like,
Can I go to the
I'm sorry.
holodeck?
You can go to the holodeck, yeah.
I'll
You want to sneak out of the ready room and.
Yeah, no, I'll just slip out of there with my orange juice. What the hell? Apple juice.
You just have
It
a
just-
different
it changes-
juice every time someone sees you.
Yeah.
just
Definitely. And maybe the plot twist here is that I've been drinking water this whole time, but the carton on the outside changes, to look like something, but it isn't.
Oh my
that's
god.
that's just silly.
know
You're
what apple
silly.
juice is, and you've been drinking orange juice the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah, anyway. I would like to go to the holodeck. I don't know what I'm gonna do there, but I'd like to go to the holodeck anyways.
Okay. I mean, you make your way down to the holodeck and no one seems to get in your way.
I think I want to go for a swim.
Oceanic or freshwater?
Ocean shit. Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of head into the holodeck and you type in, you ready your voice command and say more one, computer run more one, and a platinum sanded beach kind of erupts from your feet and spreads out, and then this like glistening crystalline water just starts washing over your feet as the waves kind of lap up and recede and lap up and recede.
Does Starfleet have bathing suit uniforms, or would I just have like?
You can make something up.
Cool. I'm wearing something. I don't want to do no clothes because that's weird.
You're wearing like a scuba suit or something. I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, something. I'll figure it out. I'm still working on the world building for my shit. But yeah, I want to go for a swim, and I can breathe underwater and some cool stuff. I haven't released the full art of my character yet, but my hands are webbed, and so I'm just a really good swimmer, and I just enjoy some time. I find it very, very relaxing. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know, ride some dolphins or something. swim with dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get your swimming on, and these dolphins kind of flank you on either side, and then you put your arms over top of them, and they just carry you away into the ocean for a while. My mom loves dolphins too.
They're awesome.
Moore is so relaxed, and Kaya's probably getting to know her medbay staff very, very well. Intensive interviews.
Oh.
I'd like to hear one of those, please.
I'm sure you were. I don't have any of the staff for medbay on standby,
I figured you did not, but let it be known that she has conducted pre-performance evaluations for all of her staff.
That's amazing.
Sarah, I never want to have to work for you. You're terrifying.
I swear this is not what I'm actually like as a boss, but Kaya is type A to the extreme, and this is absolutely what she'd do.
Oh my god!
That's adorable. That is so cute.
They're even a little onesie.
Adorable.
That is so cute.
It's a little Starfleet onesie. It should be like red and black.
That's so cute.
Okay.
Normally.
So Blythe, as Byron is studying her sample, Lars turns around and looks at you, and then turns further and looks at Lieutenant Bamora, and goes, "Hey, Lieutenant, can you check sensors for me in that away?" And you see her kind of like shrug and like nod and tippy tap on the sensor panel, and
Byron's attention goes from the specimen to the sensors.
Okay, so you can give me a sensor science check.
That'll be on the ships. It's 15. So if you want to roll that,
Okay.
we're good.
One was a 20 and one was a 3, so.
And then you still have your automatic successes on science
reason
bullshit?
check.
Reason check.
It's
Okay,
reason.
so not this.
Yeah.
Okay. You aren't really able to see what he's... You can see what he's referring to, There are a number of satellites kind of orbiting this research station, which is in itself a giant satellite. But there are more than the usual amount of what you would consider, because you've worked at a research station before. Some of these are defense satellites, and they're all kind of like kind of congregating around the research station itself.
Okay. I turn to Bamora and yes, can you please get a reading on those satellites? Some of those are defense-based and not research-based. I will get Magier on the bridge. And Byron goes to the comm and kind of presses like, Magier more. There are an abnormal amount of defense satellites around the research station. You are probably needed on the bridge.
And I will respond. What? Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
Unless you would like me to handle this.
Oh.
Basically.
I will respond, I'll be coming. Thank you very much. I will see you soon.
Oh,
that was so cute.
Erin is just like, looking forward to it.
And I will hop out of the ocean and dry off and change back into my normal uniform.
You just end program, and then the the water evaporates. Everything kind of turns into this like segmented box room, and then you just kind of hop into your uniform and head up to the bridge.
Then I do that.
Okay.
I seem really relaxed now. Because there was a lot of tension, and I needed to diffuse it.
It has been alleviated with dolphins. Because that's how I diffuse the tension, is with dolphins.
And
I'll say if I had a holodeck, there'd be a lot more opportunities to swim with dolphins. So
that's true.
It'd be nice.
Not inaccurate. Okay. So, y'all, relevant parties go up to the bridge, and you are greeted by. God damn it, chat.
What?
I can't with you right now.
Oh, that hurt. That was physically painful.
It says, so you're saying the dolphins had a porpoise, for those who can't read chat right now.
I am proud of you, Sorella.
Don't be.
I'm upset as spaghetti. So you guys get there, and the Lars has brought the ship to us.
No.
Lars has brought the ship to a stop outside the range of these defensive satellites. And it is spooky how many satellites are kind of surrounding this thing. We're talking the names of dozens of defensive satellites. Phaser arrays, photon torpedo launchers, the jazz.
But it's very unusual for this place to have these kinds of things.
It's unusual for like a starbase to have this many of these things. It is super weird for a research station to have these things.
Interesting. Upon arriving at the bridge, I've just come from my nice, relaxing swim in the water.
You gotta do all this bullshit.
And the smallest part of me is like, oh, maybe I should have just stayed on the ocean. But I sit down in my chair and I sort of look at all of it, and I will turn to Byron and I'll say, Byron, they know that we're coming for the equipment, yes or no? I don't remember.
I believe they were aware of us, right?
They were aware of that you were coming, yes.
They were aware of us, Magier. I am uncertain as to why there are so many of these satellites around the base.
Yes, it is very strange. Huh. Could we open up hailing frequencies to the base, please?
Yeah. Lieutenant Benoit is like he nods kind of anxiously and just like, just with more beep boops and less click clacks.
Beep boop, beep boop, boop boop, beep boop. This is Captain Moore from Starship USS Perseverance, and we are here to pick up. What was it called again? The thing that we're getting?
It was a module for the EMI system.
We are here to pick up a module for the EMI system aboard our vessel. Might I speak to whoever's in charge of this station, please?
One moment, please stand by.
What's the hold music like?
Not like weird slow jazz.
Yeah, it's like weird, uncomfortable jazz.
It's the Wii music with uncomfortably long pauses.
Oh my god.
Do 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 do.
So you're waiting there for like an unconscionably long time, where it's like 15, 20 minutes goes by.
Oh,
half an
geez,
hour
really?
goes by, you're still waiting out there.
In that meantime, can we
sorry, go ahead.
do a scan to just see exactly how many of the things there are?
Yeah. So you with just kind of simple scans, you can determine that there are 75 of these defensive satellites, just kind of orbiting and swirling around either the planet itself or the research station that it's been or that's kind of also orbiting the planet.
Does our ship have secondary view screens, or is it just the one on the bridge?
It's traditionally just the one on the bridge, but you can like kind of, I don't know. We'll just, fuck it. You can just patch through to it if you want to.
Okay. Then about
Look, the
20
Star Trek
minutes
police
in.
are going to come for my nuts. It's fine. We can ad-lib a little bit here.
We have a new kind of ship, everybody.
yeah, it could be an increased functionality. But in either way, about 20 minutes into the waiting period,
It's for nosy doctors.
Kaya's gonna sidle up for a refill. Why was that so funny?
It was the eyebrows.
Yeah, definitely the eyebrows that got me there. Counselor is gonna
see, that's funny. That's
very
objectively
fun
funny.
time watching this whole exchange go down again.
Yes.
So Lieutenant Kaya heads up to the bridge. The doors open, and everyone kind of turns to look at Kaya awkwardly.
Yeah, we all turn and look.
Mhm.
It's like when you walk in late to class.
I noticed the ship had stopped.
Did you now?
As you're like inching towards the replicator.
Yeah.
That excuse for coming up here is clearly not working. I'm just gonna put the mug back.
I will clearly say so that I'm not out the picture all the while. I do go back up to the bridge because clearly there's a reason why we are stopped.
Clearly, I am needed because someone is screwing up.
If the ship is stopped for more than 20 minutes, nosy doctor gets nosy.
Lieutenant Brennell, is there something I can help you with?
Not at all, Captain.
What brings you to the bridge?
Returning my mug.
I don't know what. More just kind of, you can't see them blink, but they blink like a couple times. If this was a cartoon, I think it would still blink, but it'd be just their glasses.
The glasses blinked.
And I just pause and I try and like think about what. Actually, I have a question for the GM.
Yeah, what's up?
If the replicators make the like the mugs and stuff, is there just like, do people just build up lots of utensils and shit, or is there a way to like return it?
There's a recycling like process as well. And you would know that Lieutenant Renault would not have to come all the way up here to return the mug.
That's why I'm blinking. Could Kaya have not recycled it at her thing, or is it like where you get it?
Oh, she totally could have. Yes.
Oh,
1,000% could have recycled that anywhere on the ship, basically.
Oh my goodness.
How far away is the med bay from the bridge, GM?
That's a good question. I mean, via turbo lift, it's probably like a 5-minute jaunt. But it's also like not on the same deck, so like there are multiple decks on a ship, so it's like several down. Actually,
I will look at Kaya and I'll just say, why did you come all the way up here to return the mug to the recycling? Are you sure there's nothing happening? Nothing that I can help you with?
I could ask the same of you, Captain.
I'm on hold right now with the base. There's not much you can do.
I was gonna look at the view screen.
And as you look at that view screen, an old, weathered, wily-looking man. He's bald on top. His hair's kind of flayed out to the side a little bit. It's like stark white. He goes, "Woo, howdy! How you doing there, Fo? It's a pleasure to have you here."
Wait.
Is it morning? Is it night? Like, what time is it?
Whatever.
Okay. Good day.
It's morning.
Good morning. Are you the captain of the research station?
I'm in charge around here. Yeah. What can I do for you?
Oh, we're here to pick up the enhancements module for the EMI system. EMI system. And
you're here for the EMI system module upgrade. Fantastic. Let's beam you over and get you on board and get you rolling.
I just had one question. Why do you have 75 defensive satellites around the planet and the station?
We don't need to talk about that right now.
I would like to know if there's an imminent threat. I would like to make sure that my crew is prepared if we are going to be stopping here for some time.
Captain, that information is classified as above your pay grade. You can come on board and get your upgrade module.
Close hailing frequencies.
you just hang up on him. Yes, you just hang up on him.
Oh, just no, to like pause it or like put it on hold or whatever.
Oh, you just like mute?
Yeah, mute.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the rest of everyone on this bridge. What?
Well, I mean, he was much more mouthier than Lars, so that's telling you something.
Is Lars there?
Lars is sitting right in front of you.
Oh, perfect.
Oh no.
Lieutenant Wilson, did you get a read on that guy? Did you have any idea what he might be hiding?
Well, he was definitely sharp and short with you in regards to not wanting to say, but I can honestly sense that it has to do with protection, but I don't know if it's for or against at this time. I would have to get more of a read.
Are there any like public records that we could search through to see if there's been reports of fighting or something near this sector?
Yeah, you can kind of like flip through some call them sit reps. You can flip through some sit reps, and you're not seeing anything that like major incursions out this way, or even like minor skirmishes.
So there's no immediate danger to my ship or my crew?
Literally, no one. You don't think anyone's going to like drop out of warp in front of you and blow you up?
Okay. Then I will unmute myself,
Okay.
and I will say,
Yeah, he's just been waiting there. Just
He put us on hold for like 30 minutes. He can wait.
yeah, I know exactly.
Thank you. Yeah, agreed.
Thank you, sir. I will say, thank you for waiting. I suppose then we will be beaming over very shortly. How many people should we bring?
are you asking him?
No, I'm asking you. Like, do we know?
I mean,
like, is
like
it
2,
a
3.
physical thing
It's
we
a-
have to carry, or
It's like 2 to 3. Yeah, it'll be a physical thing you need to carry. So, folks capable of carrying heavy objects would be a good idea, or just enough people to carry the damn thing.
Would I want Parrish to come over because he's the engineer and this is a ship related thingy?
You might want him to go with you. Yes.
Okay, so I'll call him to the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, he comes up to the bridge.
Or I guess like to the transport room, I guess if we're
Yeah,
going
he'll meet you in the transporter room.
Okay, yeah. And so I'll bring Parrish and Byron because Byron's strong. And
She's
logically should just like should we bring freaking Lars? He's really big.
He is a big boy.
He is a big boy. Yeah, I guess we're bringing Lars too. So
Okay.
the 4 of us will go over.
Yeah, Ensign Gunner takes over for Lars at the con.
Ensign Goner.
Oh no.
Meet Goner again.
Honor.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
Ensign Gunner.
I got it.
His first name's Ima.
I'm a
He's gonna outlive all of us.
It's a family name. He's named after his grandmother.
My goner.
Okay.
Goner.
I'm just ahead now. I'm just ahead.
Ahead of the game.
Hey.
Okay. On that note, we're gonna take a break and take a bathroom break. We'll be back in 15 minutes, give or take.
Jeez.
Okay. Oh, so I posted in the green room.
Aw.
And we are back. And
There's a cat.
I am joined by Commodore Snuggles.
Look down there, we have a cat.
Snuggles.
Her little white paws. Look at her white mittens.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, she's purring.
Like
Hi.
little spots.
Aww.
So good.
You know we're loving you. Turn around, kitty. We want to see your face.
It's like, no.
Aww.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Oh.
All right. Bye.
No. And
She
vanished.
transported
She's
out.
She's literally. You can see her tail like right here. Hey, get down. Sit down.
Oh, she's clipping hard through the green screen.
Yeah.
Is she on your back right now?
She's on the top of the chair. There she goes.
Green screen does not know what to do with cat.
They do no green if they can make a green screen that does know what to do with cat, I'll buy it immediately.
It requires a much more expensive special effect person.
Probably, yeah.
I ain't got that kind of money.
Well, welcome back, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Star Trek Perseverance.
And
hashtag Queers in Space.
brought to you by Star Trek Fleet Command and Adam and Eve. Insert pussy joke.
I mean, I wasn't gonna do it, but you know.
Insert.
Yeah,
You
insert.
stop.
What? Just go in. Just go. Yeah, you know, like.
For all that pussy you're not getting during quarantine.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to get pandemic dick right now. It ain't happening.
And
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Pandemic.
Pandemic.
You want to swipe?
Pandemic.
So in these times, we need to take time to love ourselves. And if you need tools with which to do that, head over to adamandeve.com and use our code Perseverance for 15% off.
You can persevere through this quarantine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Through self.
I'm gonna put my other
We're all
earbud.
adults here.
I know, it's still just funny. Like, it's objectively a funny thing.
We're all 5 years old.
Also true.
I mean, times like 8.
We scale up a little bit sometimes.
Like, I know I'm lying. It's times 11, but let's go.
Marion.
What?
Nothing.
I have receipts. They know I've stopped there. I'm okay. That's where I'm going. It's quality toys. Thank you. Have fun with yourself.
You heard it here first.
I've been to a brick and mortar Adam and Eve. They're pretty quality and they're pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
See,
I'm
I did not
already-
know that was a thing. I thought that was an urban myth. I didn't know they had brick and mortar stores.
There are brick and mortar Adam and
I-
Eve stores.
I know
Yes,
now.
I've been.
I wonder, our code is only online, right? Imagine walking into the brick and mortar store and being like,
You want to persevere, eh?
yeah. Wink through my glasses. Yeah. But there's just a winking sound whenever I wink. Wink.
It
Yeah,
just says
Sparkle.
wink. Oh, good lord. Welcome back, Star Trek Perseverance. Before we went on break, our intrepid explorers were getting ready to send an away team over to the research station to pick up their module for their EMI system, which is stands for Experimental Modular Improvement System. That's what it was.
Excuse me.
I remembered.
Good job, GM.
Thanks. It's like my job sometimes.
All right. So we're about
So-
to transport them to the.
Yeah, so myself, Byron, and then I think as an afterthought, not as an afterthought, but like after
Lars was an afterthought.
Lars was an afterthought. After I told Parrish to meet us in the transportation room, I look at Byron and I say, "Would you like to accompany? Would you like to accompany me to pick this thing up? Quite literally, pick it up.
I can assist with that.
Thank you." And then the two of us probably walk towards the exit, and then I turn around and I look at Lars and I say, "Ensign Lars, could you join us as well?"
Yeah, Captain, I can do that for you. And he kind of gets up and then he starts to tower. He's a big boy, and then heads over and follows you.
And I turn back
Byron
around,
is not intimidated.
and we're just walking.
He's not trying to intimidate you.
Might do it by accident.
Actually, one of my talents, actually no, not talent. Is it talent? Yes, talents is that I can resist being intimidated because of my dauntless thing. I'm not easily scared.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Good to know.
I like to describe myself as unflappable. I think that's a word that means that.
You
Maybe.
can't be
You might-
phased.
Okay, yeah, only because the term flapping has taken a whole new turn as of.
That's nothing.
Oh,
That's fapping. That's
fapping. I'm
fapping.
sorry. I thought. Sorry. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't. Just my ears. I'll turn up the volume.
No.
Let me get real close and personal for you. I said unflappable with an L. This has been ASMR with Captain Moore.
I was gonna
Back
say.
next week.
It was so intense.
Oh dear.
It was so intense.
I can't right now. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, so
The three of us walk to the transportation room.
yeah, and you meet Lieutenant
Parrish.
Lieutenant Fuckface there. You meet him and
Oh, there's our two F-bombs for
yeah, you,
the stream.
you
Wasted them.
Wait, no, that was quality usage. And you guys transport over to the you beam over to the station.
Beep boop beep boop beep boop. Or whatever the sound effect is. Yeah.
Chat's a
It's
bunch
like a
of voyeurs.
sprinkling noise.
Bunch of voyeurs in chat right now.
Oh god. Captain, I hear flapping sounds coming from that room. No. God.
Okay, so you were met by this wily old professor who is just kind of like, you swear to God he's being held together by cybernetics and duct tape and like a prayer.
How about flex tape?
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? He's being held together with flex tape, cybernetics, and a prayer. That's what it is.
Good.
Cybernetics.
We are not sponsored by flex tape. Don't buy their stuff.
Well, you can't. You want, but like,
Yeah.
not because of us.
Yeah. Don't do it on our account. And he says, "Boy, howdy, Captain! It's a pleasure to have you here." And
Hello.
he extends a hand out excitedly for you.
Shake hands.
Yeah, he like shakes you up and
It was
down.
very
He's
vigorous.
very
Okay.
vigorous. Yes,
Um,
super
Byron.
happy. Not that I just said he was super happy.
I will, just try and regain my composure, and I'll say, we are here to pick up the EMI system.
Right, I know what you're here for, Captain. Come on this way. We'll get to talking about it.
Can you tell me about what this particular module does?
I can tell you about that once we get a little closer into it for pioneers and all that.
Understood.
Why would you be worried about prying ears on this station that is responsible for developing the module?
That's not all we do here. So information is compartmentalized where it's meant to be, and then people outside don't need to know about it.
It just seems unusual for a research station to be this heavily guarded.
But what do you think y'all are picking up?
Well, you do have those 75 defense satellites.
Right, which are necessary. I don't get what you're being so accusatory of.
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just more curious, I suppose.
He just kind of like nods, and it sounds like, it looks like he's hearing you, but it doesn't seem like he's hearing you, as he's just nodding and just walking along.
Mm-hmm.
Byron kind of just says, as we used to work on a research station and had handled such highly classified information as you do, and we were never quite this guarded.
No, and do I know his name, by the way?
You never asked.
Okay, then I will ask him. Excuse me, could I get your name, please? I'm afraid I forgot to ask in the beginning.
I'm Dr. Richard. It's nice to meet you.
Dr. Richard?
Dr. Richard.
It's nice to meet you, too. I'm not sure if you've heard of Starbase... What's funny?
Just his last name? His name is Dr. Richard?
Yeah.
Is his last name Richard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Why is it huh?
It's a name.
It's a last name.
First name, last name?
Yeah, he's a white guy.
By the way, I'm picturing, I don't know if you've seen Meet the Robinsons, that cartoon animation, but I'm picturing like that grandfather who has his like head on backwards. That's what I'm picturing.
It's a mix of that and Dr. Wily from Mega Man.
Mega Man.
I know that reference.
Thank you.
Thank
you, somebody does.
Of course. I'll be
And you
rolled.
can be the Robinsons.
I think Byron would be roll, honestly.
Yeah.
But anyways, I will say to Dr. Richard, I will say, well, doctor, you might, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but before I was given a command of this USS Perseverance, I actually was eventually rising up to be one of the top officials on the Starbase 13. We were located far ways from here, but we also did research and specializing in diplomatic relations and similar things like that. So
that's wonderful for you.
I'm just intrigued by what could possibly Marion, your face. What could possibly need this much security? But I suppose if it's, it's
we
none
do
of
a
my
lot of hush hush stuff here. Can't talk about it. Hell, I shouldn't even know about it.
Then why do you know about it?
Because someone taller than me told me I was supposed to know.
But you just said you were not supposed to know.
He gives you a crazy eye. Are you a spy?
Oh no.
Oh God.
Are Starfleet operatives. Just like yourself, Doctor.
Operatives know the word for spy. I don't hear you denying it.
We are on the same side. If that is also the case, then you are also a spy if you are an operative, as we are.
Am I a spy?
Okay.
He gets like a 1,000-yard stare.
None of us are spies. Let's just go to the place where the thing is held, and
It's gonna make him lose his mind.
You assume he's had one to begin with.
Does he recognize that Byron's an android?
Yeah, I mean it's near impossible to not notice that you are an android, given your golden complexion and your bright purple hair, and the more like methodical, monotone level of speaking that you do. He has sussed you out.
this is 100% what I'm picturing. By the way.
Exactly.
That's close. Oh my gosh.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He has a couple of cybernetic
Eyebrows.
implants in his face, but aside from that, then yeah.
Oh yeah, here, wait. So he's basically a cyborg clown. Like this.
Yeah.
I added eyebrows. That might have taken away.
The eyebrows.
That's
No.
upsetting.
But
That's
Dr. Wiley. Eyebrows.
Maybe,
I imagine they'd be really bushy and unkempt eyebrows.
Yes.
yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
How about this? Is that is that better?
Oh god.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
that better?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
just leave this here. No, I'm just kidding.
You're gonna wake
You
up
know.
with that in your email, Sarah.
I don't want that.
God.
It's gonna follow me.
So Dr. Richard takes you down several long hallways. You kind of loop back and forth, and you're kind of... Byron's not lost, but the rest of y'all are getting a little dizzy in the labyrinth that is this starbase, or research station, rather. And he takes you into a room and says, all right, now check this out. We can talk here. This room's hermetically sealed. Like, nothing getting in or out of here sound-wise, so we're good.
Perfect. And I just... I walk in.
Okay. You walk in, and he... there is...
Byron follows closely, but can I like inspect the room a little bit? Because I feel like we're walking into something bad.
Yeah, so this room is pretty plain. It's got like that kind of stereotypical Starfleet beige to it. And it has a conference table. Surrounding that conference table are several chairs. And then in the middle of the conference table that Dr. Richard is walking over to, there is a card. There's about 5 by 8, give or take.
A card?
A card.
C-A-R-
Yeah, like a card.
Card. Okay.
Kind of. That's. I'm guessing the module.
You would be right to assume that, yes. And he goes over to it and picks it up and says, "This right here," and he kind of like gives it a quick little whip. This is your module for the EMI system.
Is that small?
Of course, it's that small. Do you think it'd be super big?
I kind of turn around and look at Lars and look back.
Lars just shrugs at you and is like,
I'll put my hand out for it.
He hands it to you and he says, "Now be careful when you use this. It's going to shut down a lot of your critical systems while it updates."
Okay. I'm gonna look at Parrish and hand it to him for him to sort of look it over and make sure that this is what we're here for.
He gives it a quick turnover. You know that he is familiar with the EMI system and its methods of upgrade, and he gives it one of those as he kind of turns this over and says, "Whoo, Captain, this is a beauty."
Do you know what it does?
I have no idea, but we'll find out when I put it in.
Dr. Richards, do you know what it does?
Dr. Richards says, "This is going to make you capable of transwarp."
Of what?
Of transwarp.
Transwarp?
You know what transwarp is, don't you?
Transporting while warping.
Transwarp is just a kind of a generic term that is specifically meant to be just faster than warp.
Ah.
Just beyond.
Hey,
beyond
that
warp.
is interesting.
You're aware that those of you who studied the Borg are aware that that's how they kind of get around. They use transwarp conduits. And that's how they kind of ferry their ships from point A to point B significantly faster than anyone else does.
Huh.
Huh. I'm not here, but huh.
Haya, from far away, wherever you are, maybe
I've got this like itch on the back of my
mug
head. Just like,
of bridge, whatever.
hey, nobody told me I had to leave.
Would that evidence? Would Byron be able to infer that like that means they've been studying the Borgs?
You could maybe make a guess at that, yeah.
Do I have to roll to make that guess?
No. I mean, it's a reasonable inference. Yeah.
Byron is just kind of like taking note of like that might be why things are so weirdly secretive. Byron just kind of like, this is Borg technology.
And you see like the Dr. Richards is like
Ah.
The room was hermetically sealed and that no sound would get out. Why are you shushing me?
That might be a spy.
I assure you, Byron is not the spy.
What about that guy? And he points up at Lars.
Might be.
He might be. Everyone fucking rolls on Lars.
He deserves it.
I will turn around, look at Lars, and look back at him. I do not think Ensign Lars is a spy either.
Are you thinking spies for the Borgs?
No, there's tons of people who would want tech like this. Romulans?
There are definitely none of those in this room currently.
More Romulans? There's lots of Romulans. They're everywhere. The Tal Shiar get all up in everybody's business. You gotta be real careful with those folk.
We are aware of the tensions with the Romulans.
I've studied this significantly.
You would know then that this is also the time in which Starfleet has been gearing up a massive Romulan rescue and relocation due to the supernova.
Am I supposed to know what the supernova is?
The supernova is a I want to say galaxy-spanning cataclysm event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like their sun is basically exploding, right?
Yeah.
The sun for the Romulans?
For the Romulan homeworld.
Gotcha.
Yes, this is mild Picard spoiler, I guess.
Mild, but it's also in the new movies, so it's kind of like a focal point they've been using to bring recent Trek into old Trek.
Cool. Okay, so sorry, just to backtrack. So I would know about the whole.
You would know about that rescue op going on because that's Admiral Picard's baby.
Gotcha.
The shipyards on Mars are being used to construct a massive refugee fleet.
Gotcha. And so Romulans aren't bad guys, right? In Star Trek universe.
It depends.
It depends.
I haven't met them yet. I don't think as I'm watching.
Think of it like a loose allegory to how China operates. Like the Chinese government is real sketchy and like super invasive, but Chinese people aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's me.
But
who knows? I might be a spy.
Yeah. But no, that's kind of like a really rough allegory for like kind of their state of affairs.
Okay, gotcha.
So the Romulans also, they're cousins of Vulcans.
Yes.
And it's kind of like the Vulcan race is inherently actually very aggressive, which is why they purge their emotions. And then have to get it out with some weird mating ritual.
I mean,
so
as you do.
Yeah.
Romulans are like, they're basically Vulcans who don't do that.
Yeah, they were like, nah, bro, we like our emotions.
And so they're more, I guess, inherently kind of aggressive and more prone to like rash decisions.
Yeah, and like deception is a cultural touchstone. There's a like a proverb like you never enter the front door of a Romulan house, you always enter the back, because the front door is just a false door. It's just like it's like embedded culturally.
Okay.
So they're not all inherently bad, but there are definitely sketchy ones.
Yes. Specifically, the Tal Shiar are essentially like the government's secret police. and they are given a wide latitude to do kind of whatever they want in terms of like diplomacy or interspecies relations, inter agency relations, that kind of jazz.
Ooh. Okay, I see.
Yeah, if the Tal Shiar is after you, you done fucked up somewhere. Well, not you done fucked up. So, they think you done fucked up.
Gotcha.
You could have done nothing.
Also true. You could have been near someone who did a thing, and you will probably be dealt with. Yes.
So he handed us the thing.
He handed Lieutenant Parrish the thing. Lieutenant Parrish is impressed, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. I will look back at Dr. Richard, and I will say, well, thank you. And if that is all, I suppose we'll be beaming back to our ship. And we'll be on our way.
Yeah, the Tal Shiar being basically the CIA is a very, very apt analogy. Okay, hi.
Is that your cat?
It is my cat.
Cat is back.
Commodore Cuddles is back.
Commodore Cuddles, hi, baby.
Hi, sweet pea.
Okay, so we are leaving the. I want to I don't know. I want to do some kind of. I want to scout something because something still doesn't quite feel right about this.
Oh yeah, no, this feels way too easy. My BS detectors are going off right now.
Okay. Who's good girl?
So yeah, Byron's just I guess we will be on our way, as this is what we came for.
Yes.
Dr. Richards is like, well, sure, we'll show you out.
Thank you.
And he walks you back through the labyrinthine.
As we're sort of walking
corridors.
around, can I just look around and see if I see anything weird?
Yeah.
What seems weird is that nothing seems weird.
Huh.
You haven't seen anyone else, at all, as you've been wandering through these corridors.
So it's completely empty.
Yeah, this place looks empty, and it all looks very samey.
I think at one point I will just ask him, so where is everyone else who works here?
They're working on, personal projects, research for, some of the other classified goings-on we can have going on.
Is there
And
no...
none of them,
Bye. Sorry,
none of them take
Cuddles left.
corridors?
I mean, maybe they're hard at work. I don't know. I'm not their keeper.
But if you're the captain, aren't you the keeper? If you are captain of this...
I'm not
base?
the captain. I'm the chief research officer. There's a vast difference.
Oh, my apologies. Under my breath, I'll just say I do believe I asked to speak to the captain. What?
you know there's not a captain of this.
Okay, never mind. But yeah. Oh. This is very suspicious. So you said it looks very samey. Does it look like we're just walking in circles, or
you know how sci-fi settings have that kind of ubiquitous hallway?
Yeah.
It's like that every time you round a corner. Every time you come, you take a turn, there's more hallway. Every time you look around, more hallway. Every time you look backwards, it's the same goddamn hallway.
Does Byron hear anybody else potentially at work? Are there any doors to rooms?
Do you want to enhance ears? Is that what you're trying to do? Yeah. Okay.
Enhance ears.
I'll take an insight. You're a robot. Engineering check.
Insight robot. Oh no, what was it? Insight what?
Insight engineering.
Engineering.
Yeah.
Engineering. Okay.
Insight
great.
robot check.
Inside robot.
Go, gadget! Sonic
robot.
ears!
That was not. Hold on. Me. Okay. Yay! I succeeded on both of those with a 3 and a 10.
Okay.
Nice.
You don't hear anyone.
That's weird.
It seems oddly silent for a place that is supposed to be bustling with work, Doctor.
Did Blythe raise her eyebrow, or did Byron raise her eyebrow?
Byron blinked. Eyebrow because I instinctually do that.
So creepy.
Byron doesn't know facial expressions. Leave her alone.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. No, don't be mad.
I love Byron.
Byron is doing her best.
She is so doing her best. I love her. Okay. So he says he kind of like blinks back at you and says, "All those rooms are hermetically sealed.
They're what?
Okay.
Why would you be able to hear them?"
I have better hearing than the average humanoid.
You don't have better hearing than soundproof rooms.
You don't know that, bitch.
You don't fucking know me. Come at me.
Byron just kind of looks around like,
Byron turns into a Jerry Springer contestant.
Oh my god. No.
Byron is just very like skeptical of that because of the fact that she can enhance her hearing in a way that other like an organic human could not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am very different from organics.
Why, yes, you are.
Am I sensing any strong emotions coming off this guy? Using my empath skill?
Give me... I will take reason... command.
Okay. And I get 2? Could I possibly use my knowledge, maybe, of diplomacy, my focus?
Yeah, I'll let you lower the difficulty.
Or Starfleet protocols? Oh, I think don't focuses give me an extra dice to roll rather than reducing. Okay, so I'll roll 3, and what's the difficulty?
The difficulty is 4.
Okay, so I can't get...
You're trying to empath the cyborg right now.
Honey? Right. Alright, well, I'm gonna try anyway. Oh wow, that was actually really good. I got a 6, a 2, and a 5.
Okay, well,
but that's not enough.
You're still short, yeah.
Yeah.
What would I know about a cyborg as an what would I as an android?
You know that like empaths have a harder time reading them, because there's a lot of like binary in there.
Yeah, they can't read me at all. So
exactly. So now think like there's a person in there, but also a bunch of robot.
Makes sense because I'm non-binary.
Hey. Oh god damn it! All right.
Yeah.
You can get the bisexual finger guns for that one.
Thank you.
That was.
I don't just hand those out.
Thank you. Appreciate.
I mean, I do hand those out. That's what we do.
It's a hand. You hand them out.
Okay.
Welcome to Starfleet puns. Star Trek? No, that was not a joke. Our ship is the USS Pun.
It is not. It is not that.
Punseverance.
The Punseverance.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. It was a pleasure having you all tonight. Yeah, you're not able to really get a good read on this guy. He seems upfront with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
it. That's
all
the
right.
statement.
That's okay. Then I feel deep inside that there's something weird going on here, but I also have no like actual evidence to back up my suspicions, and me, I think, more being relatively non-confrontational, I think I am ready to just let this go.
So
unless Byron says something.
I have an idea. Because Byron is not necessarily great at empathy, but Byron knows other robots and has empathy as a focus. from friendship with more.
Aww.
As someone, so could I use my empathy and like my computer focus to add 2 extra die to try and get a read on him?
You know what? Sure. I'll allow that. You can basically try and help.
What's the check?
It's 4, and you have 3 successes currently.
Okay. But what's the?
It was reason command.
Yeah. Sorry, it's reason command.
It's a 14. So I got a 5, a 9, a 9, and a 19. So I think I succeeded. Also reason, so I also succeed. I get any momentum.
Yeah, because you were only supposed to roll 2 dice. So you get the 1 success. You have 1 momentum.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you guys want to spend a momentum to get something extra here? Because I think that's something we can do in this game.
It is, but we just succeeded on that. So unless we want to use that right now.
Oh no! But what I'm saying is, if you succeed and you have momentum stored, you can spend a momentum to get an additional thing in addition to succeeding.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if y'all wanted to do that.
Yes.
Unless there's just nothing here, and then
It's a secret star base with super high-tech security.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's something here.
It's sus.
Yeah.
It's so sus. So sus.
I am okay with that.
Okay, so I think we would like to spend an extra momentum to get us something extra.
Down to 4. What do I know about this guy?
You know that his cybernetic implants make him exceptionally hard for empaths to read, but you are able to kind of like I imagine you and the captain are kind of talking off to the side after kind of sussing this dude out, and you are able to basically fill in the gaps where Captain Moore is empathizing, and then you are filling in the binary, as it were. They are non-binary, you are binary, you are coming together to become something greater.
We form Voltron.
You form LGBT Voltron.
Oh my god.
Alright. So what are we learning about him?
So you are able to suss out that you don't think there's anybody else in this research station at all. B, you're not sure why that would be. C, the amount of defenses around this place are unconscionable, and you're not sure if that's because the EMI system is so classified or if something else is going on here.
So we definitely know we know he's being cagey and weird and definitely not telling us the full truth about anything.
He's being super squirrely.
Yeah.
He's a squirrely man.
He is a squirrely dude.
Yes.
I don't know how to spell that word, but that is okay. It's in my notes. Thank you, autocorrect.
Squirrely?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I got it. Autocorrect.
Captain.
Yes.
Magier, I believe something is wrong on this research station. There is no way that this is that classified.
I feel that too. It's been giving me very strange vibes, but of course I cannot act on a feeling alone. I can't act on vibes. I cannot act on a feeling alone, and I have no further evidence to back it up. Have you picked up on anything peculiar, Byron?
His cybernetic implants make him difficult to read. Would I have an idea of what the tech, what tech he's used, what tech is used on him?
It seems like almost standard Starfleet cybernetics. It does not seem like Borg synth.
Okay.
Good place to start.
Yeah, that's a.
I figured that's what you were getting at. So yeah.
Okay.
is cybernetic enhancements are standard Starfleet tech. I do not know if there is anything more at play, but it is unusual that no one else is on this base.
It does seem awfully empty and awfully quiet, and there's no way we haven't run into at least another person. It's
At least a maintenance person.
yes. Or people getting from place to place, or someone coming out of a door. Yeah, it's very strange, definitely.
And I do not know why he would be lying to us, but he seems to suspect that everybody is a spy. Maybe Lieutenant Wilson would have some insight into why someone would be acting like this.
Is there a way we can call Mariah?
Counselor.
Yeah, is there a way-
you're wearing your cell phone.
Are we far enough away? Sorry, I guess that's what I meant. Like, could I call her without him noticing or realizing or whatever?
No, he's walking you there. So if you're trying to,
Shit.
what?
What? Meow.
I mean,
You guys figure out your next plan of attack. I believe I need to feed the kitty, which is why she's pestering me right now. So I will take 3 seconds to be right back.
what if we were to like take up the rear and let Lars and Parrish go first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Oh, I can hear her.
oh my god. Yeah, because I was. Oh, sorry.
I'm not here, but I will say that what I am suspicious about is what actually is going to happen when we plug that piece of
Yeah,
tech
I know.
into our ship.
Mm-hmm.
That is where I feel like the biggest red flag is. It might shut down some of your major systems, like life support. Like, I need some more.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. That line in particular, I was like,
Concern.
concern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, we're not plugging that in my ship unless we know for sure what it does.
Because it could even just zap the power from the ship, and then it's like now we're one of those satellites just kind of like orbiting.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's creepy.
I mean, or we do
Yeah,
like, just like a sitting duck, and then like maybe they attack us or some shit.
Or we end up being like their shield, so when they do get attacked, they just move us over. Like, hey, block it. Like when you take out when you're fighting the bad guys and you're taking out the other bad guy and he's getting shot. Like, you know why you shot it. I know that's terrible. I'm sorry. But yes, in regards to trying to pick up or perceive what is going on with this cybernetic being, I was trying to figure out, is there a way to like focus myself, like connect with your empathic skills, and maybe that might amplify?
You want to daisy chain empaths?
We hold hands and we, chant some words and
I mean, I don't see any reason why it couldn't be done.
I was more like, what if you tried using your like because you're a counselor? What if you use some of your like psychological stuff to just see like based on the way he's acting, and less the way he's feeling?
He definitely played a pretty good game with you, so that's where I'm like, okay, what's like the key terms to use?
Zach, by the way, we decided that Byron and I were going to hang back and let Parrish and Lars take the lead so that we could hopefully try and trail behind so that I can call Lieutenant Wilson.
Okay, Parrish is chatting this guy up. They're chatting up a storm.
Perfect.
Okay.
Mwah.
All right.
Is he getting...
Parrish can't not talk to a mad scientist.
I'm looking to see what I have in my focuses.
So I'm gonna radio to Lieutenant Wilson, just say, Counselor, I need your opinion on something. And I have to be kind of quiet about it, but Byron's also here. And we're with this guy, and I'll just explain like what's freaking weird going on right now. So basically, yeah, we'll fill in Lieutenant Wilson as we're walking.
Okay. And you do as such.
So, what do you think? Like, there's something weird here, obviously, but I cannot figure out exactly what it is.
Again, as we had stated, well, as we overheard before, he's definitely hiding. I say there's got to be some sort of commonality to get on his good side, something to open him up. What could he be vulnerable about? Let's see. I know I'm creating more questions than I am answers. I'm legit staring at my sheet. Like, is there anything I have insight and reason?
I mean, the only thing I possibly have is my focus in Starfleet protocol, and that would sort of be like, is this sort of a normal thing that's happening? Have I heard of any other bases that are like this? Do I know of bases that work on like super, super secret stuff?
Mariah, are you on the bridge while this conversation occurs?
Yeah.
Byron would know research stations.
Then Kaya's gonna go to a terminal and do some looking in the records on a Dr. Richards.
Good idea.
Just pull up his personnel file. His medical records, maybe.
Ooh.
You don't pull anything up on a Dr. Richards.
Nothing at all.
Oh, is it Richards with an S? I thought it was Richard.
It is
Whichever
Richard.
one it is.
It is Richard.
Richard.
I was just being a shit.
Kaya just... right.
Backspace.
Yeah.
I understand that obviously Byron and Dr. Richard have had a back and forth. Is there anything that might have seemed, again, a commonality, like a weak point to just try to open him up?
He seems to be afraid of everybody being a spy.
Feed into that.
You want us to tell him that we're spies?
Be the spy.
Or you have the same paranoia as him about anyone being a spy, and then talk about different tactics on how you would shield yourself if somebody were a spy.
We turn into the Spider-Man pointing at each other meme where we're both like, you're a spy.
Byron is just like, but there are no spies. Are you suggesting we lie to him?
Not lie, but persuade. I believe that would be more of a reasonable suggestion.
I'm not very good at lying.
Well, it's actually not a lie because you're doing the exact action. You're having a conversation with him and you are bringing up a topic that you're also curious about. And hopefully through that curiosity, again, we can find him opening up, and there's got to be a link there, something that will see that you are friendly and not a spy.
So you want us to prove to him that we are not spies by talking about not being spies?
Kaya's watching this happen with just the smallest smile on her face, like...
Like, thanks for judging.
It's not judging Mariah. It's just watching her convince the android that deception is a valid technique. It's just not. It's delightful.
It's not registering.
She's having a great time.
Kaya's such a shit stirrer.
This is Kaya right now.
It's just like, wait, yeah, like, hold on.
That is exactly it. I put my cup back in the replicator. Just tea in hand, just...
I just drew.
We got a spit take on camera.
I missed it. Damn.
I will.
Oh, don't worry, we'll clip it.
I will become a head.
Don't get shorter. No.
I am a turtle. I have shrank into myself.
Yep.
Would I assume cybernetics can have some side effects from being implanted?
Yes.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yes.
If they're old enough, then yeah, maybe.
Would Byron be able to tell how old his cybernetics are?
He looks old as fuck.
Including
He
the
does or
cybernetics?
his cybernetics?
He's got
Yeah.
duct tape.
Oh, right. He has, right. We
flex
should
tape.
flex tape. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, his parts look old. You can tell that he instead of you don't ever really like kind of looked at him, but like you look down and like one of his legs is missing and it's like a robot leg instead.
Well, if all else fails, you could always disassemble until he speaks.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay, well, then we
Never
can go...
take another. Byron seems offended.
I am offended on Byron's behalf.
My apologies, it was a bad thought. At
Would you
least...
And me?
No.
Byron seems really upset.
Oh, no.
I'm going to reach up and just pat Byron's arm
And
as
I'm
like a
going to-
reassuring gesture.
And I do have to greatly apologize to Byron. No, it was a joke in bad taste. I did not mean to offend. I only would like for us to get information, but of course, not in such demeaning ways. But it's not lying, honestly, if you, again, persuade.
It's working your target.
Yes. You're softening him up. Right now he's very hard and doesn't want to let anyone in. So, you know, we call it on Earth buttering somebody up. Not literally putting butter on them, but soothing them, you know, getting them to a false sense of security.
Okay. I will do my best and I will end the call and I'm gonna catch up to the group of 3 up there and I will sidle up right next to Lars.
Yeah, you scamper right up there.
Yeah, I will sidle up right next to Lars and I will say, so, Dr. Richards. Richard, right. Pardon me.
There's no S in my name.
Dr. Richard. What?
Oh, did we ever get anything on the medical records from Kaya?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
No record of a Dr. Richard either.
No. Yeah, no.
He's not a real doctor.
He's not a real.
I will
This man
make
did
sure
not go to
that
medical
gets down
school.
to the away team before we close the connection.
Okay.
Okay. So this man doesn't exist in Starfleet.
Which means he's either very, very, very classified or
Or he's
something
lying.
is sketchy.
Yeah.
Or he's very
Or
paranoid.
both. Or both.
So
But-
I will walk up to them and in the smoothest voice I possibly can, because I am I'm not a liar. Moore is not good at lying.
Mm-hmm.
Persuasion.
I will I can hear Mariah in my ear.
A little voice in the back of your head.
Yeah. In the back of my large head here, you see this is I will say, so spies, huh?
Oh no. Oh,
And I
dear.
give him a winning smile.
He
And I'm
looks
just-
at you and he looks you dead in the eyes as you're both walking, just silently, and goes, "I know, right?
Spies
They
are
could be
very
anywhere.
they're very scary, I know,
You
yes.
gotta keep an eye out for them."
Uh-huh.
While that's happening, Byron's gonna pull Parrish aside.
Okay.
Mariah's face is killing me.
As like Moore is distracted and be like, just kind of turn to Lieutenant Parrish and just be like, Lieutenant, there is no record of this man in the Starfleet records. We should be wary of him, and you should probably be trying to figure out what that does before we plug it into our ship.
Well, yeah, he said it does transwarp stuff, right? So, I mean, it can't be.
That is what he said, but there is no record of this man, and this entire place is abandoned.
I'll run some scans when we get back to the ship, and we'll figure out what this thing specifically does before we go putting things in holes that shouldn't be there.
You seem to have 15%.
I was trying to figure that out.
She's also going to be like, you seem to get him chatting. Did he mention anything of how he came to this place?
Not really. He just he seems real lonely. He likes to talk. He likes to talk a lot about spies. That dude's paranoid.
Thank you, Lieutenant. And she starts moving back up towards more.
Meanwhile, I think I'm probably saying, I think I commend you and all of the security here. I'm sure it keeps all the spies away.
I haven't found one yet, but here's hoping.
You're looking to find the spy? Is there something you want to...
Well, you never wish upon a spy, but you do hope that maybe, like, you're...
I wish...
But you
she
do...
wishes upon stars, I wish upon spies.
That's exactly
better
what I was
now. When you wish
No, stop. The musical episode's in like 3 weeks.
Oh. I wonder where you are.
Stop, we're gonna get copyright flagged. Shit, I lost my train of thought.
Thanks, bud.
I got so sidetracked by that.
Spies.
Oh, all right.
Spies.
Wish upon a spy, right?
Spies.
Everyone doing my accent back at me is horrifying me.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm Dr. Richards. I'm suspicious as fuck. And I am obsessed with finding spies.
You need a little bit more draw on that one.
Oh, honey, I know how to do the draw now. Now, you going to talk about some spies? Oh, no, honey, don't be clapping for me now. Now, you going to come over here, you going to talk about this moonshine over here. We're going to talk about some spies. Come on, baby. Woo!
I'd
Oh
like
my
to remind our
God.
audience that I grew up in Massachusetts and I'm Asian.
Baby,
Also,
they got
Marion's a
Southern
voice
Asians.
actress. Like, what the
that was a whole thing.
God, I felt like I went back home for a second there, and it was really weird.
And you know what the funny thing is, honey? I'm from New Jersey. So with this whole accent thing, this is coming from a family in damn Mississippi and in Tennessee.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Maybe
I got
I'm
lots of
So we're at
family
3 for 3 on breaking the DM.
Oh, God.
It's okay.
Oh, shit. you got
But
me.
no. But no, yeah, keep rubbing him down, Magie.
Keep-
Continue to rub him down.
Oh, did you tell me to rub him down?
15% off.
Butter. The butter. The butter.
Oh no.
They make butters for that, I'm sure, on Adam and Eve.
Yes, and don't forget to go to adamandeve.com. And remember, Perseverance, 15% off.
Butter your own biscuit.
Yes.
Has somebody buttered your muffin?
You can't have
today?
a biscuit without gravy.
Actually, I prefer jam on mine. I'm different.
How dare you?
Oh, I'm Northern, baby. Now I told you.
I mean, so I'm from Pennsylvania, so
I know, and I'm in Harrisburg. What the hell am I doing here?
I don't know what you're doing. Anyway, so
We're in space.
So we're in space. We're on the base right here, and
Yeah.
and
Space
we're
base.
wishing upon spies. And he says, "Well, you never wish upon a spy, but you do hope you get some mileage out of the security system you put so much effort into building."
Is the security for finding? Is the security you put this all in for finding spies?
Well, not just for finding spies. You gotta keep spies out. You gotta find them when they get in. You gotta You got to make sure that loose lips ain't sinking ships.
Do you have like video cameras like in the hallways to keep security? Do you have a security team? You must have a incredible security team here.
Yeah, I head up the security team as well, so I keep them on a pretty short leash.
Oh, you are head of security too. What else do you do here?
Well, I do a little bit of everything.
Like, do you like spy patrol?
I make sure the station doesn't fall out of orbit. I make sure everyone does their jobs. I poke my head into each of these little research divisions, make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing and not just bullshitting me, blowing smoke up my bum. And
Are they doing what they're supposed to be doing, Doctor?
well, hopefully. I ain't checked it on
Are there any projects that are not top secret that we could perhaps meet the team for?
And perhaps we could, make sure that they're not spies.
Yes.
Well, I guess you could
Byron's
take Byron's like, what?
Byron's just like trying to make her yes as convincing as possible.
He says, well, I guess you could take a look at the flagellant propulsion system. That's not top secret, so you could take a look at that.
The what?
Flagellant?
You look at the microcellular organisms. They got those little wiggly bobbers.
Flagella?
Phalanges.
No, these are phalanges.
Flagella is a cell thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Also flagellate, which is
You know what
yourself.
else operates in cells? Spies.
Oh my god.
He's like, I like the cut of your jib, Captain.
Can we see this cell? Not spy cell.
Yeah, I can show you what we've been working on. And he is like, where am I? And you see like one of his eyes roll back up in his head, and
Checking the map, obviously.
looking. Yeah, he hit pause. He's looking at the map. His eyes roll back down. That's my headcanon for any time you look at a map in a like a game with a heads-up display, your eyes roll back in your head. When his eye comes back down, he looks across and he's just like, let's head on this way. And he walks you around for about 5 minutes or so down another series of hallways and corridors, and he says, and we can just take a peek on in here. And he opens the door, and inside you see that it almost feels like they're designing propulsion systems based off of flagella.
But are there people in here?
There are people in there, yes.
What do they look like?
Kind of standard Starfleet science personnel.
Are they wearing like standard uniforms or?
Yeah, they're wearing standard uniforms. What'd you say, Blythe?
Yeah.
Do they look real?
They look real to you, yeah.
Can I walk up to one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. What rank are they?
They don't really have a rank. They're just doctors.
Oh, okay. I'll just walk up and say, good day, doctor. What are you working on?
I was dead ass hot tempted to use the same goddamn voice. It says, well, we're working on the flagellant system, propulsion system.
Do you get a lot of danger here on this base?
That is a really odd question for you to ask, Captain.
Well, I was just talking to Dr. Richards about all of the defense systems against spies and whatnot,
Yeah, we just indulged the old man.
What do you mean by that?
He's getting on in years, so he's just he's jumping at shadows. Unfortunately, they can't really replace him because he's kind of integral to this place operating. But
how so?
He's
hardwired into it.
Ah.
Back on the ship, would it be possible for me to scan? Well, first question, would like holographic creations, like you might find in a hollow suite, show up as life forms to a scan?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't think they do in Star Trek canon. I'm pretty sure they don't.
In that
Pretty sure-
I
case,
have to actually look that up.
Kaya's getting a nagging urge to scan the research base for life forms.
Would doing that alert him?
Do you shake his hand? This person's
I did shake his hand.
Mm-hmm.
The handshake felt real, right?
Yeah, as far as you can
But
tell.
also things in the holodeck feel real too.
Yeah,
so that
'cause they're
doesn't
made
mean
of-
anything.
Yeah, they're made of like repurposed matter.
But he's hardwired.
Repurposed matter.
Just
that
curious.
sounds gross.
Yeah, it
It's,
is.
it's light held in a containment field. Magnets are doing it. I don't think it.
How do they work?
I don't know.
Sorry, old meme. But yeah,
I know, I get it.
but yes, Kaya's just quietly tapping out a scan.
They don't know. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, cool. Chad agrees with me. Thank
Yeah,
you, Chad.
Yeah, Kaya's just
not-
curious.
Day not life.
As I'm over talking to this guy, can I sort of like look at what he's looking at, look at everyone else, and possibly try and see if I can figure out or discern anything else? And he's a human, right? Like, could I try and see if he's hiding anything? Or like, am I sensing anything from him, I guess?
You can give me a reason. No, insight. Well, what are you trying to suss out from this guy? 'Cause you gotta be a little bit more specific in
Yeah.
Star Trek.
I'm interested in, like, as I'm talking to him, I want to see like if there's a particular reason, if I can, like, I'm mostly curious, I think, at this point as to why we've encountered no other employees in the hallways. So seeing like if they're all literally just hard at work, or if there's like something weird going on. That
Or just
That's not information you're gonna pull out of his head. You're not psychic. You're empathic.
right. Well, like, I guess okay. So is he nervous? Is what I like with because I'm assuming
No
Dr.
more
Richard
so than
walks
like
in.
any person would be when their boss walks in unexpectedly with a VIP tour, which has happened to me. It sucks.
is there a computer Byron can interface with?
I mean, sure.
Now that she's overheard that he's hardwired into the system?
Yeah, he's gonna notice.
Oh.
Okay. You're like, he's like, yeah, no, I know.
Byron is not a spy.
They're not very subtle.
I don't think Byron or Moore are good at being subtle.
No.
Byron turns to Moore and is like, keep him talking about the spies. I am going to investigate one of the computers.
Okay. Yes, let's do that. And I walk back over to Dr. Richard, and I will continue talking about spies.
He's real happy to talk more spies about you.
What is the life form situation on this ship?
You have not pulled any life forms off the ship other than the crew.
What about Dr.
There-
Richard?
There are 3 people on board that space station right now.
Oh yeah, I don't count.
So no,
Yeah, Byron, you don't pick up Byron's
Byron
life
does
signs
count.
'cause she's
Okay,
a
and the cyborg would not presumably. Would I expect the cyborg?
You would
to
expect a
count for?
cyborg to present life signs, because the cybernetics are keeping some like part of a cyborg alive.
I'm going to just. Dr. Rennell to the captain. Could I speak with you privately for a moment?
Pardon me one moment. I will continue asking about your I Spy game later. And I will
Well-
walk away to the corner.
He says, "Don't be talking to any spies over there now."
Nope, no spies. Yes.
Okay, does Parrish pick up talking with him?
Captain,
Parrish subs in for you.
It's a tag team. I tag him in.
Yeah.
Captain,
We high five.
This discussion of the cyborg and my inability to find Dr. Richard in the Starfleet computer made me think. I scanned the research base for life forms. As far as I can tell, yourself, Lieutenant Parrish, and Ensign Lars are the only life forms aboard that research base.
Aha. That is not good.
What you ought to know, Captain.
No, that was very useful. Thank you.
That's sketchy as fuck.
Yeah. Oh shit is what is going on in Moore's brain right now.
So
Aaron's interfacing with the computer.
sorry.
No, you're good. Go.
And so the life forms is lacking life, but they're visible. Not sure if everyone is quite tangible. We know Dr. Richard is. So what do you think? Being animated? Like probably just the body, but no, it's not real?
Should I roll to make an educated guess, or should I simply make an educated guess?
You can just make an educated guess. There's no roll for making an educated guess.
Okay. Just checking. My theory would be that this was an elaborate simulation of some kind, possibly running a particularly advanced computer program. But
no, that would make sense as well.
Mhm.
And that is both the in character and out of character educated guess. That's what I got. I don't know what else could be going on.
Mariah.
Well, that'll be
Totally
a mystery for
believes.
next week.
Oh.
Interfacing with the computer.
Write that down and remind me next time.
Okay.
Okay, Byron's interfacing with the computer that can be super.
Byron is going beep boop boop beep.
Byron's getting it on with his computer.
So the reason Byron is not telling anybody because Byron doesn't want to raise too much suspicion. Byron believes that there is a guy hardwired into this computer who's creating all of the simulations, and he's basically going to try and talk to him.
He's gonna try and do what?
Byron's gonna go try and talk to the computer in charge. Basically.
Gotcha. That seems very likely.
But yeah, that'll be next week.
Okay. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nala, plugs, go.
I actually have something going on this weekend. I have a panel that I'll be running for CouchCon, and you can see me and a group of lovely people. I am pulling Twitter up really quickly, as fast as I can, so I can get you those. 1 second, the information. Okay, so I am running a panel for first-time game masters, anyone who's interested in starting to, I'll take these off, who's starting to, or is interested in learning how to GM for the first time. My panel is called So You Want to Be a Game Master? And we are going live this Saturday, April 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Chromatic Chimera Twitch channel. I will be joined by panelists. These are all just their Twitter handles, but Russ Wildest, Dreamwisp, Internet Mayor, Michaela V. Sims. I don't know how to say this, but it's RY0MASA and Stellar Empress. And we all will be giving advice for people who are looking to GM for the first time. So if you or a friend or someone who's been looking to start GMing, this is the panel for you. Also, if you go to my Twitter at NalaWoo, I have a Google form up where you can submit audience questions so that the panelists can talk about your question on the panel. We take questions in advance so that the panelists can prepare a little bit more and have better advice for people as we go into the panel. But also, we will be taking audience questions in the Twitch chat the day of as well.
What time was your panel?
It's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday, April 4th, on the Chromatic Chimera Twitch channel. If you go to my Twitter at NalaWoo, I have all the information in recent tweets. You can also check out Abby at D8Bit Gaming. She's one of the people who started CouchCon, and so she's going to have all that other information about the event as a whole. But yeah, that's my plug for this week.
Blythe, what do you got?
Hi. Yeah. So, you can follow me at the handle below my name on the Twitters and the Instagrams. I used to post a lot more like photo shoot stuff and like selfies, but because of the quarantine, I'm posting a lot more ridiculous artwork. So you can have fun looking at that. Next week on Wednesday, I will be on Happy Jack's RPG doing a D&D 5e game at 7 p.m. So that's Pacific time, not Eastern time. So that's going to be super fun. It's also a super queer, friendly, inclusive space. So Happy Jack's RPG, good people.
Marion, what you got?
All right. This just debuted today, but me and a bunch of wonderful other voice actors at African American Voice Actors Database, which just is very long for aavadb.com.
Wow.
We produced an educational coronavirus PSA so that you guys can understand you can separate fact from fiction so that you understand how to properly take care of yourselves and be more aware. I'll be posting that PSA hopefully not too much later after this, about 9 o'clock at the latest. And yes, but if you're looking for voice actors, specifically African American voice actors, again, please visit our site at aavadb.com.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Sarah.
I'm not quite as excited. Well, I'm so exciting. I can find me on Twitter at _DM_Sarah. I've been, since I'm quarantined, I can't do anything or go anywhere. I've been streaming Mass Effect Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm really bad at it. It's a lot of fun. I put out like a quiet plug for this, but I have also a lot of free time to edit together video content for your streams, your projects, your anything you already have media for, because I can't go shoot it for you. But if you're looking for an example of my work, I did our intro, and I did that with totally free assets. So if you're interested, send me a DM on the Twitters. I am a millennial. Join me on the Twitters. And yeah, that's what I'm up to.
I'm Gen Z because I am very young.
You're a baby.
It's okay.
You are, baby. It's wonderful. I'm Zach at Coach_Zach87 on Twitter. I'm not doing much either because quarantine sucks. But I'm considering streaming Witcher or something. I don't know, something to just do things with people again.
That's a mood.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, that's about it. But I believe that's it from all of us here at Star Trek Perseverance. Y'all have a nice week, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Bye. Wash your hands.
Yeah,
Stay
wash your
healthy.
hands.
Wash your hands.